Hi everyone. It is um, Tuesday, March 7th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. So it's been a good day so far. I'm in a pretty good place time-wise right now, so looking forward to a productive session. Um, Gonna hit some online classes. I'll share with you guys what I'm learning there, and then I'm gonna do some drum work, working on some four-way coordination. I'll share what I'm doing there also. And then I'm gonna dig deep on the production front, try to get this bass line tracked. I tried to track it yesterday, and it's just taking a long time to get the sound right. And that's a big goal of mine for this record is to just get the sound, everything sounding right from the very beginning of the signal chain. And if I can do that, then I think I'm going to wind up with a really good end result. And it just takes time. It takes time and it takes effort and it takes sometimes dealing with the frustration of not having things sound the way you want, making changes, experimenting. But that's how I'm going to learn the best, and that's probably how you guys are going to learn the best also. And it's also how I think ultimately I'll get the best results, and it's hopefully what's going to set this record apart from the average self-produced record out there, in which people might be cutting corners. I'm not saying everyone's doing that, but I'm saying that I don't want to be that person, and that I want my record to be better than the person who's going to do that. So um, that's what this is about right now. So why don't we just get into it? I'll explain as much as I can while we go. Let's do it. All right. Getting some good knowledge from my music technology class, just talking about using effects in digital audio workstations and how you can change the parameters of those effects, like say the gain on a distortion or something by using different tools in the DAW, like either drawing automation for the effect or using point automation to change things linearly, or using LFOs, which are low frequency oscillators, and those basically create a simple low frequency waveform like a sine wave or like a sawtooth wave or something that will change the effect parameter automatically without you having to draw a perfect sine wave into the automation box. So it's really cool. I mean, it's starting to make me realize how a lot of synthesizer effects are made with LFOs, um, and why that's important for a lot of synthesizer effects. And it also helps me understand some of the electronic music I've been listening to more recently, since electronic music has become this huge thing now. And also just opens up my mind creatively to a lot of different things I can do with automation, either with effects or volume and things like that for my own production. So that class is super awesome, man. I would highly recommend it. It's free on Coursera, and I'm working through it like 5, 10, 20 minutes at a time. Just every day I do a little bit, and it's totally awesome. Then I was doing some Led Zeppelin research for my music business class. Just you really can't know too much about Led Zeppelin, and just gaining some inspiration from some of their music, some of their tracks, and adding a lot of my favorite Zeppelin tracks back into my current musical rotation that I listen to. So super inspiring, super fun. Let's hit some drums. All right. Really good drum practice so far. I just did a quick warm up, and I should probably do a video soon about what that looks like. But basically, just warming up my hands, my feet, getting some coordination going. And then I did some work out of this book, Four Way Coordination, and it's kind of like a classic drum Bible. If you're a Danny Carey fan, you hear Danny Carey talk about that book, and it's definitely a challenge. It's definitely going to push your coordination skills big time. I can like feel it in my brain, like I can feel my brain being like, okay, that was very articulate, but um, it's really good. It's a really good challenge. It's really helping me get better, and I'm really determined to get through the book someday. So just inching forward slowly there. What I'm going to do now is start work on a cover, a new drum cover, and I just feel like, I'm so obsessed with technical players that I tend to focus a lot on technique in my practice, which I think is a good thing, but I don't want to do that at the expense of getting better at playing music, which of course is the ultimate goal at the end of the day, not just to play cool exercises. So I want to start to shift some of my practice time towards just learning music, learning some drum parts that I'm really excited by, getting inside some other players' heads, getting into my influences catalog, and just building a repertoire. Right now I'm actually working on an original drum cover that I've wanted to do for a while. It's to an electronic song, and I'm just going to kind of do my own thing, develop some of my own ideas over it. But basically the idea is just to mix in some musical practice along with technical practice. So I'm going to get into that now for a few moments, and then take a break and get going on the production front. All right, that was pretty fun. So what I did is yesterday I'd spent some time dialing in the sounds, but my balance of sounds was way off. So what I was doing on the computer was tweaking some of the levels to get everything in line, because I had turned a lot of the track components, things I'm overdubbing onto, way far down for some reason. I don't know, when I was mixing them. So I brought those back up because yesterday when I was trying to track the bass, it was just crazy loud, and I couldn't figure out how to bring it down without bringing the actual recorded level down. And like I've been learning about in my music technology class, you don't necessarily want to do that, because then you're just wasting bit width. And I'll talk about that maybe in another video, or you can go back to last week and 2 weeks ago, and you can see me working through some of that stuff. Or you just take the class. Take the class, man. It's free. um, so yeah, so I feel like I got a good recorded sound. I listened back to one of the takes from yesterday, and I was happy with the overall tonality for the most part, and even the part playing was a lot better than I remember it being yesterday. So that was encouraging. And so what I did is I just laid down a bunch of takes, just tried to really feel it. I tried some takes where I was counting really carefully. I tried some takes where I was just trying to like be really relaxed. I tried some takes where I was like singing the part along with the part. I tried some takes where I was just like trying to put a lot of emotion and feeling into it. I tried some takes where I envisioned how it would sound ultimately, like in a dope car stereo or something like that. Like just kind of playing around with my mental game to see if what yields the best performance out of that particular part. And it's a badass part, that's for sure. I've spent a long time refining it, which has been great. And so I think sometimes if you prepare that much, sometimes it's about getting out of your own way when it comes to doing the actual performance. So I'll listen back tomorrow. I usually don't listen back right away to whatever I just recorded. I just don't feel I have enough perspective on it. So I'll listen back tomorrow. Hopefully it's all really, really good, and I have tons of great takes that I can choose from that are exactly what I want. If not, then I'll retrack it tomorrow, and I'll just keep tracking it until it's done. And that's really the name of the game with this project right now, is just get everything perfect from the beginning. And so far so good, guys. I feel like I'm back in that creative flow that I hit a couple weeks ago when I was first starting in on this album. And man, it's so exciting. It's so exciting to finally be able to do something on my terms. Feel like I have the skills to move the sounds around in space the way I want them to be, to record them the right way. And just, I just really want to push myself to the limit and try to make the best project I'm physically, emotionally, spiritually financially capable of making at this time in my life, and just have something that I can be proud of forever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, one step closer, guys. One step closer. I hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, whatever those may be. Being good people, being excellent to one another, and just enjoying the ride. You know, because what else could be more important than those things? At any rate, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.